Hi there, I am Momodo S. Jallo, and this for you is Multi-Sports. Welcome back to yet another edition of our weekend sports show that looks at some of the key happenings in the world of sports. Well, tonight we will start our build-up to the biggest football event in the world, and we all know that is the World Cup. And football is going home, although the English might say no. But most of us believe that Brazil is the home of football. Well, we'll be talking about the World Cup, the 2014 World Cup in Brazil. And we'll also be talking about a very, very, very important news. We all know it by now, and that is a lot of people were confronting me in the streets. Is Grts going to show the World Cup? Well, now we all know that Grts is going to show the World Cup, courtesy of who else? Africell. We'll be talking about that, and also we'll be talking about, of course, the Gambian interest in the World Cup. This year we cannot be talking about the World Cup without talking about the Gambian interest, and the Gambian interest we all know is, of course, no one else but Bakary Papa Gassama, who left on Friday for Brazil to be the first Gambian to officiate in the World Cup. And we'll also be talking briefly about handball, because yesterday I was at the handball court and I saw some very, very important developments taking place there, and we'll be talking about that briefly. So stay tuned and don't go away for the next 50 minutes or so. And in the studio, I have my very good guest, Mr. Musa Sise, media consultant from Africell.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Modu.
Babukar Kamara, I don't think you need an introduction for this program now. But yeah, he's senior editor at the Daily Observer and also head of sports desk. Musa, you want to introduce him?
Is he a constant fixture?
Anyway, he's a regular face on the program.
More than regular.
Anyway, in the company of two people who definitely knows not only Gambian sport but world sport, so definitely it promises to be another exciting edition of Multi-Sports. And also, we'll be opening the line so that you can have your say on whatever we are discussing here, Africell coming on board, so that every Gambian will sit comfortably at home and watch the World Cup. And also we're talking about Papa's exploit in the World Cup and whatever we are discussing here, including your World Cup dream. I'll ask you guys your World Cup dream. Anyway, let's start with the Papa story. We all know that Papa Gassama is going to make history in Brazil by becoming the first Gambian to officiate in the World Cup. He left on Friday, earlier was on Friday, for Brazil for what is the world's biggest sporting event, if I may call it that way. What a phenomenal achievement for Papa and Gambian football, Musa.
Thank you, Modu. Thanks for having me. Papa's story has no beginning or ending for us Gambians, and it is so good, and it's so exciting. I just want to compare it to what it is to be qualified as a nation to participate in the World Cup, but having an individual in Papa's capacity going to officiate at the FIFA World Cup. Just a little bit rectification, because the Olympics is a single sports gathering in the world, but this is the, that's multi-sport.
Multi-sports,
but here you have the single biggest sporting sports event that, you know, billions in the world over are going to watch. And for Papa to be the Gambia's sole representative in there, really, it's beggar's belief for me. And I remember a couple of months ago, even as far back as in November, October, August, when much of Papa's traveling worldwide, of course, towards the end of the Olympics where he officiated, set me right if I'm wrong. Papa was the only good thing happening in our sports, entire sports.
Yeah, exactly.
And here he continues to excel by going out there to represent the Gambia. And what best is there for how best could we describe this achievement for a young guy at 34? Remember, referees right now have to retire at the age of 45, but Papa at 34, has the next 9 years or so to really make history. And I'm not just saying in a small way, but in the biggest of manners. You can associate him with the Colinas, with the Howard Webbs of this world, you know, Sandra Paul, you name them, the great referees of our time. And Papa falls in those people's category. Quite a very big phenomenon for Gambia. I'm so proud of Papa.
Exactly. Yes.
Well, like Musa rightly said, once again, let me use this opportunity to congratulate our brother Papa Gassama for making us all very, very proud. this World Cup coming on the back of a very impressive performance at the 2012 Olympics in London. And not only that, Papa also officiated games at the 2013 Club World Cup between
in Morocco.
In fact, yeah, in Morocco, 2 games there. His biggest achievement there was the semi-final between Bayern Munich and Guangzhou Evergrande. I mean, one of the best players on earth. You know, to officiate, to be the official of the day is really a proud moment. And I think that this is this World Cup, like I was telling you before coming to starting the program, would go down in history as one of the best. And Gambia has a very, very big interest, unlike other senior World Cups. Not only the first Gambian to officiate at a World Cup, but also the first Gambian to participate at a senior World Cup. We've qualified to the World Cup in the youth categories, but not at senior category. So the Gambian stakes interest is very, very high, and the sky would be the limit for Papa. I believe in that, because Papa, like Musa rightly said, will be ranked among the top referees in the world. In 2012, Papa was going to become the referee for the Gold Cup game between England, Brazil and Mexico. If not, Mark Clattenburg was a British. They never wanted to take it from him as a British. And, you know, the tournament was played on British soil. Papa would have been the referee. And, I mean, what bigger moment than that?
Exactly. Yeah. Like you said, Musa, Papa is the success story of Gambian football over the past few years, which I quite agree with you. What should we learn from this? What should we learn from Papa? You know, having somebody from our football rising to the top.
You see, Papa's story is so inspiring. I wish I know Papa personally very well. Just knowing him as an official and, of course, being involved in football. You know, Papa is a very big stakeholder in our game. Like most of us are, or all of us are stakeholders in this very game. It's important, and then because we love it so dearly. And Papa's case at 34, I mean, go back to 2, 3, 4 years ago, as early as 2011, when I happened to meet Papa. You know, the manner in which Papa composes himself and takes care of games really is something else for me. But what is it there important in this case is that every individual, are you one of the men in black or whatever color you put on, whether you are a linesman, you know, whether you are a coach, a technician for that matter, you can take a lot from Papa. Because what it is that in here, we have not seen individuals developing themselves, taking the initiative to go on and develop themselves. Whether you are a coach, you are waiting to be trained by somebody. And what I see in other parts of the world is that just like if you want to go to school, you choose what you want to become, you find your way, go and educate yourself. But don't tell me, in Papa's case, of course he had so much training. It's because he was able to put himself in a position where he could be identified to be trained. That is why Papa is where he is today. And like a coach, for example, you can hire, you can pay yourself your way, you can find yourself a way of paying for yourself, sponsoring yourself to go and better yourself. You don't have to wait for the federation or the GNOC or the government to train you.